we have a lot to go through. So nutrients. Why are we talking about plants? And here on this in the workbook you have that saying that Hippocrates 1,000 years ago, that let food be the medicine and medicine the food. And that was really what really took me to doing this work here with you, because as a conventional medical doctor, I never thought that food has a value. I thought we just have to eat some calories, calories in, calories out. And this, yes, I knew we were eating, good food at home. It was all cooked, but I didn't really realize until I got sick and I healed how powerful food can be and nutrition. And that's why I'm so passionate about this, because we can do really truly magic if we change the way how we take care of our body, meaning really dial up the food and the nutrients that we're consuming. Because what are the nutrients? So the according to WHO, the World Health Organization, it says that a nutrient must come from the food. Yes, why? Because we are unable to make these nutrients. The body can't make it, or we can't make this in a sufficient quantity. And that's why we need to really eat well, so we can grow, we can have a good health. And it's vague. This is a vague statement, and it's absolutely true. But we have to go in more details to really do it, because it's like we doctors, we don't have time to do this, what I'm doing with you here. And what do we say? We say, well, eat less, exercise more. And if it's such a vague, it's like it doesn't work. Nobody does it, because like it's like run more. We must be more specific. And so that's why I want to not go too deep into nutrients, but I want to talk about specific group today that you might not hear that much in the media, because the mainstream is, yes, we have micronutrients, we have micronutrients and macronutrients, which is the protein, the carbohydrates, the fat. And then we have the micronutrients. Those are the vitamins, those are the minerals, and those are the phytochemicals that really will those are all the compounds present in that are contained in plants. And that's why I am so passionate about, because it's something that is new, something that we discover, these polyphenols and all the spices we should be eating. I mean, Ayurvedic or people from the ancient cultures, they knew this, they were eating it for thousands of years. But we see now how really, even though all these macronutrients are really important, like protein provides really building blocks for the body, not just for the muscles, because every cell in your body has a protein, from the bone to skin to hair, that all contains protein. So it's absolutely necessary, it's essential to consume protein. And it can be meat, it can be fish, it can be eggs. These are really the essential amino acids they have, but it can be as well from plants like soya, like beans. Oh, someone is coming in. Okay, sorry. Oh, what did I do? Oh, it's fine. Sorry about that. Yes, so I was talking about protein. So yes, so some grains as well, but the grains, I mean, again, the rye, the oats, the berries, basically, the ones that you can really like buy in the store and then cook it yourself. I'm not talking about the flour. Of course, sometimes we need flour, but it not as a main, like 3 times a day, as I call it, BASH diet. That's what I was eating all my life until I did my transformative work. So basically it was the granola from the store, full of sugar from breakfast, which was like, of course, unhealthy. Then lunch was, if I didn't eat chocolate all day long in my practice, I might have some lunch, which was piece of meat and some potatoes. And then at the evening was either sandwich, or it would be a pizza or pasta. So, and sometimes it was sandwich at lunch as well. So you have like 3 times a day, gluten, dairy, and sugar, and it's like it's all BASH. And so this is not the way forward. And then I got sick, and I know that if I would go back to this, because we all have our genetic predisposition, and I learned with my own story how epigenetics really works. So we can really turn our genes on or off. I was talking about it yesterday, depending on what we're really doing with our body. So we know that with this longevity genes, called sirtuins, those are the ones that are really important for us to be feeling well as we age. And we know how to switch them on. The research was done with the Salk Institute, that sugar is the one that really we don't want to have because it's switching these genes off. So what we want the polyphenols, we want all these good micronutrients, but not have any micronutrients deficiency. So this is really important. That's why, again, back to the magnesium, check your magnesium with your physician, check vitamin D, all these micronutrients. It's really important to have really, and when you are standing, because if you want to supplement these vitamins, you need to know how much. And so sometimes you ask me how much protein to add. It's really difficult to tell you like that, because we all have different story. We all move a different way, but it's about really one portion of meat is like your really like your palm of your hand should be the portion, and generally 0.75 grams of protein per kilo of body weight. That's how it's usually per day. That's usually how it's calculated, but I would not be worried about it too much. If you are not a marathon runner, or if you're not a pregnant woman, then otherwise, if you have two pieces of meat or any other protein, it will be perfectly fine. As I said, in the morning, I always have this one of these protein powder, as I'm not for really going from process unhealthy to process healthy, because this is processed. But one scoop a day, I feel that's I'm not doing it every single day, because sometimes I you can have, instead of this protein, you can have kefir, you can have yogurt, because that's the source of protein. But sometimes when I don't have time to do much, this is a really great source, because this is good quality, and you can really nourish your body this way. And so carbohydrates, don't be worried about carbohydrates. They are necessary for a healthy body, but I'm not talking about these refined carbohydrates. I'm talking about the carbohydrates that are in all vegetables. They in grains, in beans. It's really, these fiber-rich vegetables are fantastic. Fruits. These all are carbohydrates, and we should be really eating them, because they're important not just for muscles, but they're just good for the hair, and for everything basically in our body as well. And fat is the one group that is sometimes really has not good reputation, but if I want to pick one group, those will be the fatty acids that our body cannot produce, that's the omega-3, omega-6 fatty acids. And these are important because they really provide the important essential fatty acids for your body, and we cannot make them. That's why in these times we have really disproportion of omega-6, omega-3 fatty acids. So in the past, our ancestors, they were having the ratio omega-6, omega-3 like 4:1 or 3:1. And now we have eating so much more omega-6 fatty acids that the scientists think that this is the main cause as well for inflammation. And it's very important to put the ratio back down. So we're eating less, because we still need we need both omega-3, omega-6, but we're not eating enough omega-3, like the fat fishes, the olive, the avocado, the flax seeds, and we're eating too much, and nuts and seeds, and we're eating too much of the vegetable oil, like soybean oil, canola oil. All these oils are they contain too much of omega-6, and it's inflammatory, and if we have it too much. And just have a mention really about a few words about to recap the minerals. So I hope it's clear. If you have any questions, put it in the chat, so I can see if you need clarity. But I hope I don't want to really go into deep into macro. This is not the purpose of this talk. This is was designed. Miso is omega-6. So miso is good because it's a probiotic. Omega-6 is in butter. Omega-6 is in many things, where is omega-3 as well. But what you have, if you only stop eating the vegetable oils, like always, you can start with reading the packages. If it has trans fat, put it back to the shelf. You don't want trans fat in your body, because every cell in your body has fat around in the membrane. So we have to really supply the best oil we can, because if it's bad oil is replacing the good oil, the cell will become rigid, will be not so flexible, and we creating problems, because it will have not a long life, this cell. So we know that, and it's important. So I think if you just focus on soybean oil, every time you go to the restaurant, you ask what oil. I used to do that all the time, and I'm still doing it. Like, I always go to the restaurant and say, what oil are you using for frying, for everything? And they tell you, like, canola oil. If it's a good scenario, olive oil will be the best, and butter. The second best, which is not so ideal if you're having a lot of takeouts, is canola oil. And then the worst one that I would rather have tea and walk away, it's soybean oil, because it's so inflammatory, and it's everywhere, because soybean oil is really cheap, and it's like everywhere. Soya beans, soy itself, not processed, is good to eat, but soybean oil, it's really bad. So that's it's not on the topic today. But I wanted to mention, because it's so important, because sometimes people tell me, well, I'm having the takeaways, but it's like good, it's a good meal. But if they're using this bad oil, you will not feel good after it anyway. I remember being in a diner somewhere. We just went to a diner somewhere where it was really, when I was on holiday. It was in Utah, and there's a food desert. You can't buy anything in the shop that looks like vegetables. It's all processed. Like, it's just was so sad. And so we went to this diner, and only thing I have was the eggs, like, scrambled eggs. But because they're using I felt so bad, because, I mean, not that bad, but for one meal, nothing will happen if you have soybean oil one meal. But I just felt immediately that it's like, it was not good. And so, yeah, so that's what it is sometimes. But really, I want to today really tell you about how to eat green more, and the power of plants, because we know that you have to eat more vegetables. And in my other workshop, the Balance Your Blood Sugar, we're talking extensively about a rainbow, why to what is in each color. It's not on a plant today in this session. We more talk about the science, why we have to eat that. And so I want to tell you today about the phytochemicals. These are the really chemicals that they are in every plant. They are biologically active. That's why it's really good to eat plants, because they give you the things that you need. And each of them, they have a different color. So sometimes people like cilantro, some people don't like cilantro. So that's why you have to always respect your own. Something is happening. Mute. Okay, sorry. So you have to always respect your genetic makeup, because this is something that we are, as I said, you cannot override genetic, but you can influence it in a big way. So as me, I'm always will have rosacea, and I always have prone to be diabetic, but I did so much work that my insulin levels is low, so I'm like far away from diabetes. And that's what I wanted to tell you, that the genes are not anymore your destiny. We can do so much, but you have to really, you don't need to know even your genetics, but you already can see, because all these symptoms are happening. This is not happening from Monday till Tuesday. This is happening for years. It's happening for years, for sure. For me, it was happening for years too. I was not taking care of my body, and then I got sick. If you not take care of your body, and as I said yesterday, average weight is, I'm not talking about weight this time, but average weight gain during holiday season is 10 pounds. If you just overcome this 1 year and then you have next holiday another 10 pounds, and like before you know it, you have 30 pounds, and it's already significant to your body that you should not have. And that's why it's like so important to, that's why I'm always talking, and I talked about it yesterday, to find how your body feels and how to really dial the energy, that you will find the energy. And this is all linked to your biology, how the physiology. And this is where we talk about sugar and what we eat, what we're replacing for this refined food, because that's why we're talking about plants today, because this will help you to be close to this feeling of the body that we want. Because again, your body is temple, and really we have to take care of it as much as we can. And plants, we know that they were used for thousands of years. As I told you, Hippocrates said it already thousands of years, but we still know a little. We still don't know. Dr. Lee did some research about synergy of food. So we know that some food are a really good combination and they're more potent, but we don't know really much about. But we know that eating plants, it's really, really important because they can protect us against disease. They have huge impact on our body. So when you will see when you start eating plants, because they will support your immune function. I have every single year when it's flu season, I don't give kids any sweets. If they want pancake, I'll do something else, because I see how sugar can really have such a detrimental effect on immune function. Sleep is another one. We not talk about sleep today, but sleep is another one that can really deteriorate immune function. So it's all linked. For example, eating more berries when it's a flu season is a really great idea, because a lot of vitamin C, we know that we can prevent it. So the body will have better capacity to really, again, add more people, we'll have more capacity to fight this, whatever it's really trying to attack us, because we have this all the time. The bacteria are everywhere. We breathe them, we touch them, they everywhere. So we have this huge immune system we have to really take care of. Plants as well play crucial role in chronic inflammatory diseases. We know this, especially these lifestyle diseases. We know that we call them non-infectious diseases. This is the heart disease. This is the diabetes, atherosclerosis, Alzheimer. It's all linked how we live our life. And it's like for years, for decades, and then we have the symptoms, and sometimes it's too late, but we always can go back and just, get better. So that's why eating plants is a fantastic idea. You can start today, because they can reduce inflammation. They can really act as an antioxidant, and they are anti-aging. So you will see that when you start eating food, people tell me always that they feel younger when they doing this work, when they start eating more plants. And they maybe sometimes they need to lose weight, but not every time. You just have to really put more of this detoxification pathway in work, and the plants can as well help you remove the damaged cells. Not only the fasting, we know that autophagy is the really important to switch on, and that's the fasting. When the autophagy is when all the regenerative processes can happen in the body. But as well, eating plants can really have such a, it's really magical, and we know that from a long time. But I want to share today, because you might hear it a lot here and there about the oxidative damage and the oxidative stress. And it's basically, what is it? Because we all hear about, I'm sure you heard about antioxidants, right? I'm sure about that. I'm sure you heard about the free radicals. And for the oxidative stress, because oxidation is really a reaction that is beneficial and can be beneficial, harmful, depends of the imbalance between free radicals and between antioxidants. So antioxidants are all the phytochemicals, all the vitamins, all the things that we talk about today, the plants, the berries, the fruits and vegetables. Obviously, I'm not talking about fruits and vegetables if you're allergic to it. This is a different story. I'm talking general. So if you have, that's why I have berries every single day. I have berries in my for my breakfast every single day. I always say, if I have to go to the desert island, I will take berries and flax seeds because I have them every single day. And I said the story before, but maybe you didn't hear it. I said it to you as well. So I was for some reason I didn't have a berries, because of course I'm close to F50, I started having this pigment changes from age related. Obviously, we will all have it, but of course this you can influence with food as well. You can, if you eat a lot of beta carotene, you can really do inside layer of SPF, kind of really simplistically say. And I started having this pigmentation, and actually on this side, when it's exposed to sun, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, it's because I'm not eating berries, because I always have, I love my oatmeal. I don't eat too much, but I have oatmeal and I have all these good things, a lot of spices, the turmeric and cinnamon and cardamom, and then I put blueberries and raspberries and all the nuts and seeds. And so this is for me. I don't necessarily eat it in the morning, because when you fast, I eat it usually 11 or 10 or whenever I decide. But I just want to tell you that I think it was from the blueberries, because when I start eating them again, it just disappeared. So for me, it was, I think, like anecdotal story, but I think it was, I said, wow, it's gone because I'm eating these blueberries. And with the berries, don't be afraid. You can always have frozen during the winter time. And really, as I'm big proponent to eat with the season, and not really buying stuff that are imported from Peru and imported from, I don't know from where in the world. That's really not. Grapefruit is fantastic as well, very high in vitamin C. And so when we are having, I forgot what I want to say now. No, nothing. It just, eat with the season. With the season, it's important because we want we know from the ancestor, actually it was a Hadza in Tasmania, that's the hunters gatherers, and their gut microbiome is changing during the year. So we want to eat different food during the year. That's why it's important to eat in season. Eat vegetables that are winter, eat in the winter, and vegetables that are in spring, eat in spring, and vegetables that grows in summer, eat in summer. With some exceptions, obviously, because you are fine to eat berries if they're frozen in wintertime sometimes, of course, because it will help you. That's the antioxidant that you need. And antioxidants are the molecules that can really give the electron to the free radical. So if your body is really in too much of oxidative stress, you have these aches, you have this pain, it can be oxidative stress, and you have these free radicals, the antioxidants will bind with the free radical, and that's why instead of free radical be unstable and attacking all these elements in the body and create really, this will help you fight pathogens, because we want oxidation, yes, but not oxidative stress. So always we want antioxidants to really bind the free radicals, and then that body will function properly. I don't want to go too much into the details because it's like biochemistry, but I just want to simply explain to you that you have to always really have balance of the free radicals and antioxidant. And because when are too many of free radicals present, this can really lead to, and we know that it can damage the DNA, it can damage the protein in the body, and the lipids and all these molecules that whatever the free radicals will attack. And this can lead to a number of problems, so diseases, for example, atherosclerosis, as I mentioned, diabetes, a cardiovascular disease, especially high blood pressure, as we call, and as well the neurodegenerative diseases, as well eye disease. I'm an eye doctor, and so oxidative stress is a big deal in the ophthalmology in eye care, because we know that this can, because the eye is so small and the cells are so sensitive, and retina is the best sensitive indicator of nutrition, because as I told you about the mitochondria yesterday, when was it? I don't remember, but this is in the cell. cells in retina. There's a very large number of mitochondria. So if you have age-related macular degeneration, if you have diabetic retinopathy due to diabetes, we can all see this in the eye. And sometimes I'm the first one who tell the patients, listen, you have to go to the doctor to check diabetes because there are changes in your eye. So it's something I can't, this is one of the reasons as well why I start doing this work, because I could not see so many people going blind just because of the lifestyle. And sorry, it's emotional for me because anyway, I'm always crying when I'm talking about this. So anyway, oxidative stress as well contribute to aging. So we don't want any of this. Of course, there are some pollutants. We live in the world where everything is sprayed. You know, we spray our lawn with glyphosate. We spray our vegetables and all the crop, like the soy, the wheat and the corn. We spray with the glyphosate as well. So that's why we have the GMO, and this all can really as well, we can be exposed to these free radicals in environment. And that's why it's important to be really mindful of what you eat. That's why we have the clean 15 and dirty dozen. I want to tell you everything, and I'm looking at the clock and we don't have much time. Dirty dozen and a clean 15. That's from the environmental group. If you don't have that, I will, it's important because you need to spend money buying everything organic. Yes, organic is important, especially if you're eating spinach, if you're eating celery, if you're eating a lot of berries, important to buy organic. Don't buy berries at the winter time. You can buy frozen organic, but you can stash for winter. You buy a lot of in summer, and then you can really have it during the winter months. But it's important to really be mindful that you can buy actually things that are not important because they're not sprayed that much and it doesn't go into the plant. So the list is available. I can share it if you are not aware of this list. It's really important, and it will help you to not save, so much money, because it's unfortunately, it's always cheaper to go to Burger King instead of going to Whole Foods to buy vegetables, right? Unfortunately. And go back to the sugar while we're here. The diet high in sugar, in this fat that I was talking about, this bad fat, and alcohol can contribute to really free radical production. That's why it has its place here that we talk about, and it's something that we can talk about glycation as well, but I don't want. It's too much. I think oxidative stress is important to mention because you hear it from left and right. And sometimes we have to understand fully to really do the work, because if we just know we have to eat antioxidant, but we don't know why, and then it's all the things happening in the body, it's much easier, I think, when we really understand why we're doing this, because then it will be easier to really do the work, because it is daily practice. There is no magic pill. There is no something that they sell, and they don't sell lifestyle in a pill. They don't sell exercise in a pill or better sleep. You have to really find and tune yourself and really do the work. And that's why I'm so happy to be here for you this week. So take advantage of this week, and schedule call with me, or whatever you need. Put question in the Facebook group and so on. And so I just want to tell you that here is a topic. It's eat more green, and eat more green means, yes, eat more vegetables, and not only green, but as well berries, citrus fruit, like you said, grapefruit, the dark leafy greens, absolutely necessary, broccoli, carrots, tomatoes, olives, whatever you think. But as well, the other antioxidants that are really like fish and nuts and seeds are important, as well supplements, sometimes vitamin C, turmeric. Ayurveda master is here. She would know much more about turmeric than me, but green tea as well, the onion, garlic, cinnamon, they are all so powerful. And as I said, if you want to hear more about the powerful rainbow, like why we need to eat all these rainbow vegetables, it will be next month in a balance the blood sugar. I'm talking more about there. This is more really focused on what to do and why to do this work, more on like dipping into the science. And so this is what I want to tell you. And as well, that is go green is not only eating more greens, and I tell you which greens in a minute, but as well surround yourself with the green. We know that it gives us so much if we go outdoor, and we have this forest bathing, as they call it. Actually, in some countries they prescribing it. It's really healing, and because not only we breathe the air, but it's just like it has good influence on us. And so last thing I want to tell you are the polyphenols. Polyphenols, you will hear it again, left and right. I'm sure if you didn't, you will hear in the future. These are the phytochemicals that are occurring in fruits, vegetables, coffee, tea, legumes, cereals sometimes, like in oats, and they are really packed with antioxidant. That's why we're talking about it here, because this is the reason why to eat green. Yes, green as well red as lycopene, like it has its function, but this is really powerful defense as well against aging. And we know that inflammaging, as I will talk about it on Thursday, it's something that we like to slow down. This where we have to eat more plants, because the plants, because of these polyphenols, will influence the DNA, will influence all these biochemical interaction in our body, and we will just be feeling better. What is important is variety. Really, we have to eat a lot of things, and it can be overwhelming in the beginning, but as I'm saying, always the health is journey, it's not destination. This is not for you like doing this 7-day program and then you just stop. It's not. It's something that you will learn today and you will do it forever. And because why we're doing it, because as I said, our body is the temple, and we have to take care of this, because this is the only thing that we have to have a human experience. We have only one body, and so we have to really be careful what we're doing. And I will talk more about fiber tomorrow, but that's as well, it's a part of the fiber is as well important. And of course, plants have a lot of fiber, and again, we need color, we need variety, we need plants that are growing in the ground as well as exposed to the sunshine. We need cooked, we need raw, we need all the colors, we need dry, we need fresh. Like it's really important diversity, because each of the bacteria in the body, in our gut especially, they like different things, so we need to grow them. And there's, unfortunately, we are now, the scientists talking about extinction of some of these gut bugs, because we don't eat the food as our grandma or grandma ate, or grandpa, our ancestors basically. So this is very unfortunate, and it's very it's not good, because if we have extension, that means that we are just basically, the body will not be working in optimal health. And so what are the greens? The greens, for example, is of course you might say leafy green and Swiss chard and all this. Yes, you will be right, but I want to tell you that can be easy fix for everyone here, because it's really so easy to implement. And that's why I want this to be easy to implement for you this week, that everything that we're doing, you can do like today. Like yesterday, I didn't mention in my call the homework. Yesterday was about doing it's in your email, the 3 W's, the why, the when, and what, when you're eating, and do the blast technique. Are you eating because you're bored, you're lonely, you are anxious, you are tired, or you are stressed? This is something that when you unlock this, that's why we call it unlock your sugar solution, because I had different solution to you. And we all need to find our solution. So for me, it was chocolate. Every time the nurses had the chocolate, and I go with my patient, and then the chocolate was there, I always took one when I went around the table. And so that was my trigger. So we have to find ourselves. It was my trigger, was as well my husband eating in his story. He doesn't do it anymore, but he was eating his ice cream at the evening, and I had to do something else. I said, okay, I'm going to sleep now, because the temptation was so big. So for some can be seeing someone eating chips. Or one of my clients, she was saying she was covering the chips in her house with a napkin, so she doesn't see it, because her kids were eating it. So it's like we have all different triggers. I told you about my client driving a different route home, so she doesn't go around the coffee shop. So she will be tempted to go in when she sees her lovely, beloved coffee shop. Sometimes you have to say to your friend, listen, I'm not doing pizza night tonight. I'm doing some important work on myself. It's really important because I really can't carry on like this, feeling tired all the time. I have to do this work. And do you want to go somewhere else? Or you want to skip it or something, like, because we know the social aspect is so big. And so it's really a deep conversation need to happen, because I'm telling you, meal plan doesn't work. It's just too, we're fiddling too much on the surface. We have to go deep. We have to ask the question from inside out and not from outside in. Like the motivation, yes, we want to lose weight, we want to healthier, it's all good, but we have to go in and ask, so what is it that we need the health for? And when we answer that, as I told you yesterday, for me is the feeling of joy of every day. Like, I love this body to bits, and I have, yes, I have a cookie. Yesterday I was texting with my client that during Christmas I had a sticky toffee pudding, which is like a delicious English dessert. It's like delicious, out of this world. But I had it, but I pay for it because I had cravings next day, which I managed. But the body is working perfectly fine, because that's how it should be. If you eat sweets, you crave it. As I told you yesterday, I told you today as well. So yeah, so this is if you love your body, you will not do anything else. You will just take care of it as much as you can. And so now I just want to give you a few tips about the greens. So greens can be as well herbs, and that's why I want to give you a few examples. Like, for example, basil. Every time I'm doing a meat, I'm doing the mixture of basil, coriander, cilantro, and parsley. You blend it together, you put some garlic, you put olive oil, and you have a fantastic mixture that can go with the meat, or you can put it on a salad. These herbs are so potent in polyphenols, and because we don't eat enough of them, it's really I will encourage you to really try and grow now in springtime some garden, like herb garden, and grow them, because they're easy to grow. Not really so much basil, but even basil is easy to grow, and it will give you so much of benefits, because basil can reduce stress, has really strong antibacterial properties. It's delicious. It's rich source of antioxidants. It's really good combination when you have something with tomatoes. Basil is great, even if you as I'm not so much of dairy fan, you can have it with mozzarella, or the other one, what is her name, mozzarella and I don't know, anyway, tomato and cheese is fantastic. And really it can as well boost your immune system, because it's working on that level. It's working on the DNA, and you can throw it in the soups, in the sauces, in sometimes as well in simmering oils, to have really better flavor if you start cooking. And you can really grow basil over summer. You have so many types. The Thai basil I love to grow, because that's so easy. It's not a difficult like the classic one. So you can buy the seeds and really plant it, and it's easy to access it. Lavender will be another one. Lavender is so well known in medicinal herbs, and you might it's popular in for the soothing scent, but calming the nerves. And it was like, again, it's not it was studied, and really there are benefits because it can ease tension and reduce stress, relieves headaches and migraines. And so Nicole, the girl that's managing the group with me, we didn't manage yet I didn't interview her yet, but she's keen on the essential oils. She will tell you again stories about this. But I just want to give you a little notch on the lavender. It's not green, but it's easy that you can start using it. You can do tea, you can do lemonade if you're trying to go from soda to water. In seltzer water, this is fantastic. And of course you can have it in the diffuser as well, and you can apply as well topically. So lavender has really a lot of options. And another one that's my absolute favorite, and I use it almost every day, is the lemon balm. Lemon balm, actually I would show you that now, but I don't have it. I forgot to show you that I basically Before we moved, I have like so much of lemon balm in my garden, and I gave it away, but I left a little bit, and I have it in my jar. And you basically grow it. It grows like crazy, so you don't need to really take care. It grows like mint. Mint is as well. I will get to it, but lemon balm is really calming. It's especially when you have a tendency to anxiety or stress. It's if you have cravings, if you do a lemon balm, this will really help you because it has this lemony, it has lovely taste as well, especially for tea. This is like sometimes it can soothe menstrual cramps, but a lemon balm is fantastic. So you can either, I usually do it for teas. Otherwise, you can put it in a dessert and as well apply as essential oil topically. And as I said, this one will grow like crazy. You don't need to worry about this. About lemon balm, same like mint. I would suggest actually to buy a pot and grow only that there, because otherwise you have it everywhere. Lemon balm, peppermint grows really everywhere. It's like a weed, but it's good because then you have a lot of things to harvest. And peppermint is another one. Mint, it's fantastic. You know that for someone who has tummy ache, nausea, muscle pain, this is really beneficial. Sometimes it can relieve allergies and really relieves headaches and reduce as well sometimes indigestion. So it's something really mint I put as well everywhere. I do mint also with this, as I told you, with the mixture. I sometimes put mint as well. Rosemary is, so the mint you can either use in the tea, which or topically, but tea is fantastic. It's easy. Again, you can either do it fresh. Same with lemon balm as well. You can use it fresh or dry. Another one is rosemary. Rosemary is really great as well. That grows not that grows in a tree. So if you and this will grow all this will be all green all year green. This will never lose this spikes, and rosemary is fantastic. It's really reduce inflammation and improves blood regulation, circulation. So it's something that I would either you can drink tea or put it on every meal that you're making. When you're baking, you put it in a soup, like the branch, you can put it in a soup, you can put it in a whatever meal you're doing, and you think the rosemary will fit. This is great. You can as well apply oil as well topically. Sage is another one. I absolutely love sage. I love the taste. I love everything about sage. And I'm making sage butter. That basically I do cream. I buy cream, as I'm not keen on dairy. These are some things from dairy I do sometimes and I eat and I feel fine. But I buy cream and I mix the cream. I make a butter, and that is not so solid. And then I put the sage in it, a little bit of garlic and salt, and it's just delicious. Sometimes I do without garlic. And sage is really good. It's good for brain function. It supports digestive health. It's really fantastic. I love it. It's as well improve the skin health, which was my issue. My skin was really bad. And so you can either make as a tea, or you can garnish for all the dishes that you're making. And again, you can as well use it topically. So sage, what I as well do is before I do some meal, when I do saute something, I put a little bit of ghee or a little bit of oil, because olive oil you cannot you cannot like cook it too high because it will go rancid. But you can cook a little bit of oil and put the leaves, the sage leaves, and this is so tasting good. This crunchy leaves of sage, I love it. This is my favorite things. When every time I'm doing some fancy dinner, I always do this sage leaves. I try in the grill, but it doesn't work. It must be with the oil a little bit. So I wanted to, instead of talking about green vegetables, I want to bring this home, that it's not only about vegetables. This you can do today. You don't need to change anything about your diet today, but you can add these antioxidants that will really improve your health overall and wellness. And so this was kind of a reminder how plants are powerful, and really they can enhance all aspects of your health and well-being. And I hope I bring you this message home, because that's something that we can become healthier and happier and kinder people, because we will feel much better in our body. And as well the the more green as well is that as I said, according to the research, 120 minutes of walk in the nature per week in the nature, really all it takes to boost your well-being. So go more green. And I hope it was helpful for you. As you can see, it's more to it than just like not stop eating sugar. I just look at the questions. Oh, what I did. Oh, Andrea, hi, so nice. Tracy, so what are the best foods to stop free radicals? Yes, I will talk about it one Thursday when I'm talking about inflammaging. List is long. And yeah, I will share the Dirty Dozen and Clean 15. I will do that, Tracy. Great. Grapefruit is fantastic. Yes. Yeah, you can fry, like, saute with olive oil, just like a Mediterranean they do. They just like, it's very low temperature. You just saute, like if you do spinach, just do very quick, just few minutes. Yeah, it's not a good idea to fry with olive oil for sure. Ghee is good. I'm not fan from coconut oil. I don't know why, but and avocado oil, but I love ghee. It's just, I love the smell. It's fantastic. I will share the granola. Yes, the tagine on it, and sourdough is good. Sourdough is fantastic because it will give you the probiotics when they are dead. We know that, yes, we have to eat the live bacteria, but now the new science is showing us as well that we are having benefits as well from the dead bacteria, which is exactly sourdough. Oh, and homework, actually. Homework. Choose one plant that you will try to consume this week, what it will be, and send us picture in the Facebook group. And I want to see many of you posting there your ideas. And I hope it was helpful, and I will see you tomorrow again. Take care. Bye-bye.